Across our rail industry, there's growing momentum to drive greater national consistency so we can make our systems safer and more productive. Industry and governments agree that today's voluntary approach to rail standards is not getting the productivity, safety, or environmental uplift that our nation needs.
We all want rail to be carrying more passengers, more freight, to make a contribution to the reduction in carbon emissions. We won't be able to do that unless we change the way rail is governed.
Australia's transport ministers have agreed on a stronger governance model to drive the development and implementation of national rail standards. This includes a bigger role for the Australian Rail Industry Standards Organisation, ARIZO, as the industry-led technical standards setting body, and a strengthened role for the Office of the National Rail Safety Regulator to advance network-wide interoperability.
We know that the voluntary adoption of standards hasn't delivered the level of interoperability that we need. The goal is to find a governance model for standards which is a bit of a middle ground. If standards are too prescriptive, it will hinder innovation. But if they're too low level, they won't drive the productivity and interoperability gains that we need.
To get the right balance, ARIZO and the NTC will deliver a three-tiered national approach to developing standards based on a must-have, should-have and can-have logic. The first three must-have or mandatory rail standards will ensure interoperability across the national network and require operators to consider impacts beyond their own individual networks. It'll ensure that new digital signalling systems are compatible with each other and make it easier to get new trains running across the country. The should-have standards will be used to build national consistency in areas where it makes sense, like operating rules, train components and skills training to make rail more productive, support local manufacturing and improve safety. And local standards will be reserved for local improvements on individual networks that don't impact on the major national rail corridors connecting cities, major regions and ports. To oversee this new standards environment, governments will need to lean into rail and existing players will need to step up and take on more responsibility.
It's critical that the rail industry has a strong national standards body. Getting everybody on board is absolutely necessary for an efficient and competitive railway industry.
Visit our website to learn how the National Rail Action Plan is making rail simpler, safer and better.